So after a 2-year process to actually qualify for the World Championship, 6 hard days of fishing in the lower Mississippi Valley, we're at the end of the championship round of the World Championship, and our 2019 World Champion is Jacob Wheeler. I have one word to describe your day today. Wow. You have to tell me exactly now. Now, those of us who are watching this and people are kind of picking this whole thing up as it happens on CBS are going to wonder what in the world exactly happened, because you absolutely dominated today.
Yeah, it was one of those days. You know, I didn't, I ran around in the rod around and looked at the lake and seen there was a little backwater off the river. And so I'm like, well, let me go run over there. So I go look around and I marked a couple of stretches throughout the lake that I thought looked good. That looked a lot like Bruin. So I get in there and I see there's hydrilla. And I'm like, well, muddy water, and then there's hydrilla it's filtering it out. The water's getting clean, like the cleanest water on the lake. And it's like a backwater slough that had clean water. It was warming up. It was in the north. I mean, it's textbook. On the north end of the lake, it was just textbook stuff. And so as soon as I seen it, about 10 minutes in, I knew that's where I was going to start.
So let's run through your day. First things first, you caught a 4.6 to start the morning. That was the very first fish you caught, was a 4.6. You backed that up with a 2, a 5.9, a 1.7, a 4.1, a 5.8, a 4.3, a 4.4, and a 3. So immediately you were on the right quality fish from the get-go. No doubt. And it was just like literally the first bite. I threw my vibrating jig next to a cypress tree, and I wound it by the cypress tree, and one bit it, and I set the hook and missed it. I threw back in there, and that was that first one, 4.6 or whatever. So then I'm like, okay, and then I was just trying to figure out, are they on the outer trees, or the inner trees? That's always a thing. It's like a depth zone thing. And I started to realize that fish was like pretty shallow, and I realized as I went out the pocket, it got deeper on the outer trees, so I had to go in a little bit. And so once I got in a little bit of zone, I doom, doom, doom. And the key was those little bit shallower trees, the 2-foot trees were the key. With the water being up, those fish had to spawn and get close, a little bit further in the trees to actually be in shallow enough water. And then when the water got dirtier, I was actually throwing a spinnerbait, and winding around those trees, because it would slow that retrieve down. It would really keep that. I had an Indiana blade with a red or orange kicker blade, or Colorado kicker blade, and so I could slow it down a lot more around those trees. And that was like, that was the 1-2 punch for sure in the first and second period. So we've chatted a little bit about just the importance of finding the right spot immediately, especially as it relates to the sudden death round, because you're in such a race. But in this case, clearly you found the right location, because if you look around at the rest of the guys as they kind of struggled through the entire round, basically, I mean, it was 1 pound here and 2 pounds there. I mean, you got the right spot, and you got it from like minute 1. And that's sort of like, I mean, I would like to say like there was a little bit of luck involved, but that was a textbook spot. I knew, like, my gut feeling, like as soon as I seen it, I'm like, I'm gonna win it in here. Like I literally, like I swear, I promise to you, I seen it and I'm like, this is where it's gonna be won. Is that right?
Like it was a gut feeling, and I knew that it just had everything that those fish needed on this body of water, like in 1 second. I mean, it was just like, yep.
So let's talk our way through your championship week. I mean, so as we pointed out before, we've had some weather here in the Mississippi Valley. It's been dirty water, high water. Fishing hasn't been spectacular at every place we've been to, but the bottom line is that you've done exactly what needed to be done throughout the entire week. You've adjusted. Going into this, we had asked you the question about, is it possible that we could today, because we're in front of a front that comes in. Over the next couple days, it's going to get super cold here. So we were curious about whether that was going to influence the fish this morning, or maybe it didn't or not. But bottom line is that from day 1 until the final here on day 6, you've done exactly what you needed to do to win the whole way.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of, I don't know. It's just sort of like one of those things, like when you get in that rhythm. I came off of a tough event this year, and like whenever I come off of tough events, I always tend to do really well in the next event, just because I'm so motivated to do as much as I can. And this, in the World Championship and the Cups, we have no practice.
That's right.
And so it's just, all you can do is rig your odds and just fish as hard as you possibly can, and that's all I did all week.
You've made the point a couple of times as we've talked to you in the press conference room about, you've done well on events where you've had to practice, and you've done spectacularly in events where you don't have to practice. I mean, the bottom line is that when you get here, theoretically, you can either be super stressed out because you don't have practice, or you can just say, just take it as it comes. And clearly, you've adopted that as your attitude toward these cup events because you've done great at these.
No doubt. I mean, I love them. You know, and I love that fact of you just pulling up to these places that you can dial in a day, and like you know, whether it's 3 to 10,000 acre lakes, 3 to 5,000 acre lakes, and just go. Yeah. You know, and just go and try to figure it out. Like that's it's practice sometimes can get you to where you basically just, it messes you up a little bit. It messes me up a lot. Where I just like when I just go out there on the body of water, I just go with it. Yeah. I can stop what I'm doing over here. That stinks. That's not working. Let me go do this. And then that you just go with the flow. And sometimes winging it is the best thing.
Have you learned anything this week? I mean, it's been kind of, first of all, have you fished in an area like this before? Do you have any experience at all on necessarily this part of the Mississippi River, or no?
You know, we did fish here in the cup event in the fall. Right. So I knew Bruin. I never really had the opportunity. I seen that like one time when we were doing like a feature, but never even got a bite. I don't think ever had even, like I just was doing a feature, trying to do a tip video, and then, you know, spent a little time on Black River, but everything was so different. Like in the fall, now the water out there is 6 feet higher. On Black River Lake, it was probably, I don't even know, I mean 6 or 7 feet higher for sure, completely different patterns. And then on Bruin, it was completely different places, completely different patterns. So it was just like each place had its own thing, and you had to figure out each lake. They were very different and very difficult. They were difficult to figure out, but once you crack the code, you got it.
47 pounds, 12 ounces. You cracked the code today on Championship Saturday. Congratulations! You're a brand new world champion. What does that feel like?
Man, I'm out of all the events, man. You know, to win the world championship, you know, especially coming off of North Carolina. Yeah. You know, to come back to back in these events. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of what this is it's coming from the selects, coming through and qualifying to the cups, and then battling for 2 years to get here. Like, just to get here, like it was so hard. Yeah. But to get to this point and be able to have that opportunity and then to win, like, you know, this is what I love to do. Like today, I literally, no joke, I win. It was end of the day, and I could not. I said, no, guys, we're gonna make a couple more casts. I caught one. I swear to you, I caught one after the period. I just had to make a couple more because that's what I love. I just love catching them. You know, I love trying to figure it out. Yeah. And about the third period today, I just said, you know, let's go try to do something different. And that's really what it is. It's passion for me. It's something that I live for.
Well, it's clearly paid off for you. Congratulations, world champ.
Thank you, Joel. I appreciate it, buddy. Yep.